who is the most important piece for this whole Portugal? It's Martinez. They've been horrible. But there's maybe a bright side. As bad as England have been, surely they can't get any worse. They love full crew. And they're not too fond of Havertz. Gets real, kids back. The kids back at the studio. Guys, gets real. Gets real. Yeah. Kids back, baby. No more. I'm gonna shout out to my German people out in Germany. Look, Bonn has a few. Shout to Bonn. Shout to Bonn, the home of Beethoven. Bonn has a little Auf Wiedersehen, danke, and a bit of Scheizini. Because we're back, because it's Euros. It's Euros now, because guys, so this is where, see, I planned it beautifully. See, group stage, you have your fun, it's cool, it's vibes. So I said, you know what, let me do my whole Germany thing. Let me do my whole Danke Schön thing. Let me do my whole good intact thing. Let me do my whole Hallo. Let me do that for the group stage. But I said, once that group stage ends, I've got to come back to the original for the knockouts, because knockouts, when it gets through, you can't do that on location. You can't do it knockouts on location when you're having fun, because this is where there's no more fun on games. This is where it gets real. This is when it's like, oh, now it counts. Because normally you can lose, especially with this bum-ass format of where it rewards losers. This is where it gets real because, oh, you lose your out. You lose your out. There's no, oh, we lost one game, 2 games, but we got 3 points and someone got through. No. So guys, it's real. So I'm going to come back to this. There's a path for several peeps here. There we go. There is a path for several peeps here. There is a path for several peeps here. So this is what it looks like, but I want to first look at teams, but I'm going to come back to this. But guys, when you look at that, okay, so before we go to specifics, just like a general macro before we go micro. So we'll go macro first and we go micro. Macro. Lopsided, bro. Like, I don't know how they do this, guys. We all know that draws are rigged. Have it be balanced. On one side of the path, you've got Spain, you've got Germany, you've got France, you've got Portugal. You've got 4 real potential winners on one side. On the other side, you have England and Italy. So on one side, you have the defending champions, you've got to respect them, the defending champions, and you've got another favorites. And that's it. So 4 heavy hitters who can win this, including the hosts, and the defending champions who have gotten much weaker than they were when they won the champion, and a team that are favorites who played the worst football at these Euros. So one side is tier 1, another side is brick Alaskan. So you've got a fruit selling side and you've got a dub side. So it's wild. So just like how we've seen this before, like in the UCL, the prevailing notion is whoever gets to the final on the left side wins this Euros. Now, in a final, it's anybody's game and anyone can get it and anyone can say what's up. Because as we saw in that UCL final, they could have easily said what's up. Dortmund could have easily said what's up. But put it this way, I'm going to find it's very hard that the team from the left side doesn't beat the team from the right side. Now, we'll get to specifics because there is a clear path for a team on the right side. There is a team that should make the final on the right side. Left side, I'm sorry, bro. I have no idea. Because there's so many potential matches. But we'll get into micro there, but that's just the whole macro thing of it. It's lopsided. Right side looks brickish, although respect to Austria. It's but the defending champs. Left side, you have to look at crazy matchups. And the left side team, if you get to the final on the left side, you've got a great chance of winning that as Euros. But you have to go through a freaking man. You basically have to go through hell. You have to go through Lucifer's backyard to reach that final. So let's talk specifics. It's a funny one though, because you see, it was actually pretty cool watching it in Germany with Germans and everything. And what I found was people's reactions, specifically to Havertz and to Fulkrug. Now Bonn is only one place, so I don't know how they're saying it in Munich, in Berlin, in Dortmund, Gelsenkirchen, but just from that small community in Bonn, they love Fulkrug. And they're not too fond of Havertz. And Nagelsmann, you see, this is where you now have to figure things out because now it's very realistic now. So in the group stage, okay, some Havertz from Fulkrug here, because the main thing right now is now it's the knockouts. Now it's where the games are not going to come very, very difficult, and you're now getting the best of the best of the best. You've now sifted out the fruit sellers from the tier ones. Do you maintain this notion of I'm going to still maintain Havertz and put Fulkrug on the bench? Or do you start with Fulkrug? Do you maybe be a bit more advanced and maybe just say, let's keep Havertz and Fulkrug there. Let's put Havertz just in behind and you maybe play a sort of a two-striker prong thing with Havertz and your boy, who knows? I think Tam might be out for the next game. So the defensive setup for Germany is going to look very tricky for the next game. But do I see winners here? From those 3 games, no, I don't. But as we've seen in previous tournaments, you have to build up. France were trash in 2018. Look at what happened. Spain lost to Switzerland in their first game. Look at what happened. So you hope that at least they got the job done. They didn't lose to Switzerland, which could have been a very, very crazy thing because that would have just messed up the context of the knockout stage. So for them, they're like, okay, you know what? We got through that. It's now time to now build up. And even as well, remember, 2014, Germany went great. Like in that group stage in 2014, remember that draw against Ghana? And also remember that game against Algeria. So I think for them is okay, we had that there, let's just build up. Let's build up, and then let's begin to now say what's up. So for Germany, it's about can they move into another gear in the knockouts, which they have to, because they have to play better. They've played okay. They've been decent. They've been really good bits. But I do feel they have to go into another gear because if they don't go into another gear, there are teams that will beat them. There are potential matchups that could really beat Germany if Nagelsmann doesn't get another gear from them. And again, Musiala and Wirtz, you're young, but you have to seize the moment. You have to carpe diem. It is pivotal that you have to carpe diem. This is a rare opportunity. You can be, I'm young, but I don't give a damn whether you're young. I don't give a damn where after this you have to go to freaking kindergarten, bro. Bro, Yamal is still doing chemistry homework and still cooking, bro. So for Yamal and Wirtz, who are the young guys, but the 2 key stars, they've got to say what's up. And for Toni Kroos, you're the elderly statesman, bro. Gundogan, you're the captain. You've got to lead by example. So for Germany, they need to improve. They've got to play better. Because if they don't have another dimension, another gear to go to, they're not winning their Euros. The most impressive team. They played the best football and they've mixed both possession with direct perpetual play, thanks to obviously Nico Williams and Yamal. But the goal scoring is going to be an issue for these guys. Goal scoring is going to be an issue because I don't see a David Villa, a Fernando Torres there, because that is the only weakness. I think defensively, they're solid. Unai Simon is a pretty good keeper. Midfield, quality. I think Rodri has been absolutely amazing. Fabian Ruiz has been quality. The Ruiz, Pedri, 2 has worked really, really well. But it's that attack. And it's like, if Spain need that goal, will they find that goal? So if Spain run up against a very well-drilled, well-organized defensive team, I don't trust for them to score. They're going to create opportunities. They're going to say, what's up? But I think why David Villa was so key is David Villa just knew that I'm going to get. So David Villa was a good merchant. I think this Spain team, they need to almost try to score the perfect goal and create the perfect opportunity. Whereas for David Villa, just give me the ball. I'm going to find a way of putting that ball in the net. And especially when it comes to these knockouts, you need that good guy. You need that good guy. See, knockouts ain't about being pretty. It's about being ugly. It's about being you've got to be a prick. So they have to find a guy who can be a prick and be able to now say what's up. So yeah, playing well doesn't mean you win a Euros. I'll use an example. The best team at the '06 World Cup was Argentina. Argentina played the best football at the '06 World Cup. Did they win? No. The team that played the best football at the 2010 World Cup was Germany. They dropped a 4-piece on 3 different teams. That was an amazing team. They played the best football. Did they win it? No. Ironically, they lost to Spain. So all because Spain have played the best football, which they have, doesn't mean that they'll win. It's not about playing the best football. It's about playing the most effective football, and it's about winning. So Spain needs to find a way to get goals, and Morata, you've got to step up. You're the captain. Probably next to Spain, I've liked them. You see, people are funny with Portugal. They're like, are they really that good? Are they not that blah, blah? I've liked Portugal in these games. Now, obviously, the Georgia game, I can't really rank them because that was a B unit featuring Cristiano. So I can't really judge them on that last game, but I can judge them on those 2 games where it was that. The lineup in those 2 games, that's going to be the lineup going into the knockouts. So because they knew they'd win the group regardless, yeah, rest guys, and then everyone is now fit for all the knockouts. You see, for Portugal, the key thing is what is the right lineup. I don't think Martinez knows the right starting lineup yet. I don't think this is a Leao's tournament. I think this is a Neto's tournament. I think Felix isn't a starter. Look, I'm a Felix fan. I will always be a Felix fan, and I will never apologize being a João Felix fan because I just think he's a great footballer, and I think he just plays football the way I think football should be played. But I don't think he's a starter. I do think he has a role. So who is the most important piece for this whole Portugal? It's Martinez. What starting lineup do you have? When do you make the subs? Who do you sub for? Because the subs, Portugal's secret weapon that no one has is they have an amazing bench. The kinds of options they have on the bench, no other team in this Euros has. But all because you have those options doesn't mean that you know which ones to use and when to use them. So for what will be key for Martinez is it's 1-1, you need a goal. Who do you sub for? When do you make the sub? You're 1-0 down. When do you make the sub? Who do you bring on? You're winning 1-0, 10 minutes to go. Who do you bring on? Who do you bring off? So for Martinez, so I say about international football is really about the players, 100%. But when the manager comes in, isn't about crazy tactics or strategies. It's about adjustments. Similar to the NBA, it's about in-game adjustments, tweaks to a formation, maybe during the game, substitutions. When do you make the subs? Who do you sub for? Because sometimes you need to make a brave decision where, I've seen enough from this guy. I've got 20 minutes left. Come off. I'm going to give you 20 minutes to say what's up. Because who knows? Baby Conceicao could really say something in this game. Really say something on cuts. But I feel if Martinez can get the subs right, the lineup right, this is a dangerous team. Because this is a team that has several weapons at their disposal. And look, Cristiano doesn't need to score to help this team. And I think he's realizing that. I think once Cristiano realizes that I can play a role that helps my country rather than hinders them, where I don't need to score to help my team, that is where I think these guys can be dangerous. And that's where that Portugal can say what's up. Because Cristiano is playing great as a facilitator. Because there's so many great pieces around you. You don't need to shoot on sight. You don't need to score. All you need to do is just to help the team. And if you realize that I'm here to help the team, Portugal can be dangerous. You've got to respect the defending champs. You've got to respect the defending champs. I get it. No Insigne. Insigne was huge. No Bonucci. No Chiellini. I get it. And this is a weaker team. This team is weaker than that team that Mancini had that won the Euros. So I don't like the attack. I think the attack in quality has dropped. Remember, I grew up with Baggio, Del Piero, Vieri, Camoranesi, Totti, Del Vecchio, These are all quality players. None of these guys can sniff any of those Italy teams. None of these guys are better than any of those names I mentioned. But what is Italy's secret weapon? They've got two secret weapons. One, Spalletti, the manager of the tactics. But this is one secret weapon that they've always had, always from beginning, their character. It's like their character has always been one of Italy's biggest strengths. And I think when they're favorites is when they don't do too well. When they're underdogs, no one believes in them and people underrate them, that is Italy at their strongest. That is Italy at their strongest. So in a situation now where nobody was going to put one cup on them defending their title, people don't think that they'll even sniff a final. This is where they're like, this is like, because I feel there's a strong team ethos here. And there's a strong togetherness with this team. So I think if they can just keep that togetherness together, they can say, what's up? So their biggest strength is Spalletti's tactics, his blueprints for this team, and their character. Because what you know for Italy Italians, they find a way to win. Like, they've never even been worried about, okay, style. They're not here to score the perfect goal. They're not here to like, okay, this is our philosophy. They're here to win. So Italy have always been good. They've always been good about, no, we just find ways to win. It could be the most ugly thing. We just find ways to win. Whatever way to win. That's what we freaking do. Lie, cheat, steal, it doesn't matter. We're here to freaking get that W. So never, ever put down their character. But what worries me, what could be Italy's undoing is something out of Spalletti's control. The quality just ain't there. And I think that at the end of it, if you just don't have that piece of individual quality that an Insigne brought in, that a Bonucci, a Chiellini brought in, how far can you take them? But they're still in the competition and they're still here to defend their crown. This is everybody's pick to surprise everybody. So we're going to say like the outside bet to go all the way, it's Austria. So if I told you a group of Austria, France, Netherlands, Poland, I said Austria would top the group, you'd be like, no, France topped the group. If not France, Netherlands topped the group. So topping that group, I think, sends a clear message to everyone that says, oh, we're for real. Oh, that game we lost to France, that was an own goal. And if not for Maignan, we could have either drawn the game or even won the game. We beat Poland, we beat the Netherlands, and we deservedly topped this group, 100%. And if you just look at the performances across all three games, Austria were the best team. So it's not as if, oh, no, they deservedly topped the group. They were the best team out of all those teams. They were better than the Netherlands, and they've been better than France. So these are guys really to say what's up to, man. So, but the key thing is that can they go all the way? The key thing is can these guys go all the way? Ralph Rangnick is the key man. Rangnick is going to be the key guys for these guys. So what they're relying upon is just how good they are as a team and how effective and how cohesive they are as a team. They've arguably been the most cohesive units so forth. Like, you see, I think Spain have been the most impressive team in terms of how they played and the individuals. But in terms of the most cohesive units, guys, they have a clear style of play, a clear strategy, and everybody comes together and it is a very effective whole. It might be these guys because that press, the way they counter-attack, and just how everybody works together as a unit, it's been money. And when you look at the side of the draw they're at, it makes things very interesting when we're looking at Austria. So Austria, these guys could be a real outside bet, bro. All right. They're going to have to improve. These guys are going to have to improve majorly. They're going to have to improve majorly. Because I think they know. Like, England have played the worst football at these Euros. So, in terms of expectation and disappointing, by far, they've been the most disappointing team. And we'll get to the guys who are also disappointed as well. But the most disappointing team in terms of expectation and what we've seen has been England. They've only played well for one half, which was the first half against Serbia. Second half, the satanic ball against Denmark and the Lucifer ball against Slovenia. Horrible. They've been horrible. But there's maybe a bright side. As bad as England have been, surely they can't get any worse. You can't get worse than that Denmark game. You simply can't. So the one hope is that, we can only get better. They topped the group. Bad, horrible. They topped the group. And when we look at the knockout tree, there is a clear path to the final. So for England, Southgate, it's game 4. You can't be experimenting in game 4. I've heard stuff about put Saka as left back, put Kane in goal, put Foden as the assistant manager. So many crazy things. Southgate, you need a clear team, a clear lineup, and roll. It's like a storyline. England could very well make the final, could very well win the Euros, and would be like, whew, look at how we thought of them in the group stage, how they were insulted, and they just turned it around. So it could very be a case where we look back at that group stage and be like, wow, how did those guys get from there to here? Now, not to the same extreme, but similar. France were not good in those groups. Now, they were not as bad as England, but they were not good. They were just very serviceable. They did what they did, but when you looked at that group stage, nobody had France going anywhere near a final. The knockouts came, they shot into life, and I think what was very key for them was, you need one game. So for France, that game against Argentina, that was the game. After that game, they just kicked into gear. So all England needs is just that one game. That's one game that just brings everyone to life. Then you have the momentum. You have the momentum, and that momentum can carry you from that great game. So they do need that great game. Because I don't think England can win these Euros just bungling all the way through. Because if they do, that would be Gideon and Dodd. So for England, it's about just trying to... But this is what I always said. Southgate 100%. Pick the right team. Send Conor Gallagher back home or send him to prison. Basically, you have a choice. Either send Conor Gallagher back home or send him to prison for 25 to life. Pick a team that makes sense, puts guys in their best position to execute. So for Southgate, you're going to have to make some very brave decisions. And I mean some brave decisions. And there's some people who you need to drop. I don't think Southgate has the balls to make those decisions. So that's why England may be screwed. Because if Southgate makes some key decisions, brave decisions, England can go all the way. But for England, players, you've got to show up. International football is about individuals playing up. It is not only down to the manager. Don't give me that crap. Stop. Oh, it was Capello. It was Eriksen. It was this. It was that. I'm tired of that crap. Yes, Southgate has his faults. The players have been trash. And the players have been trash in and of themselves. Southgate's tactics doesn't make you miscontrol a pass. Southgate's tactics doesn't make you fall over the ball. Southgate's tactics doesn't make you not able to beat someone or dribble past someone. No. So you're saying that because of a tactic, you can't dribble past someone, you can't make a pass, you can't run into space? Come on, bro. You can't make space for yourself and shoot on goal? No. I'm sorry, no. A tactic doesn't make you fall over the ball. Okay? A tactic doesn't make you overrun the ball. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't. That's on you. That's on you. So, the bright side is England can only get better. They can't get worse. They can't get worse. They can only get better. And they've got a nice start of the draw. So if England have been the most disappointing team, France have been the next most disappointing team. So in terms of expectation, what you expect, they've been the second most disappointing team. Very disappointing. So obviously I watched 2 of the games. You see sparks here and there, just a few sparks. But in terms of cohesiveness, as we talked about Austria and Spain, France have just been void of all of that. just been rid of all cohesiveness. It's like nothing fits, nothing seems to gel together. It just seems to be bleh. And that's problematic. So similar to England, France can only get better. Maybe they can raise their gear. And thinking about them specifically, 2018, they were like this. So 2018, they were similar to this, but I still feel that Pogba is a massive miss. Pogba is a huge miss. I think you're beginning to see the age of Giroud and even the age of Griezmann. They just feel a step slower. So for Mbappe, of course, Mbappe has to do his thing, but Mbappe can't do it by himself. As great and as amazing as Mbappe was at that 2018 World Cup, Pogba was very important. Kante was very important. As amazing as Mbappe was in that last World Cup, the team as a whole was a lot better. I think Griezmann was better. Giroud was better. So for Didier Deschamps, who I feel this should be his last tournament, you've been here for too long, 12 years now, they need to find their spark. They need to find their vavavoom. They need to find that je ne sais quoi. They have to find it. Because so for France, it's about, so this is what's on France's side. They have the experience. This is a core who have reached the Euro final, have won a World Cup, and have been to a World Cup final. So there's several of these players who understand tournament football. So there's a lot of key experience here. So the key for them is to draw on that experience and now try to say, what's up? Actually, thinking about it now, how many of these guys were in Euro 2016? Because was Euro 2016? Because I think that was Gignac. Griezmann, yes. So Griezmann might be the only guy who is still here from the Euro 2016 team, unless I'm wrong. I think he's the only guy who was in that Euro 2016 final. But put it that way, there's still a lot of experience here. There's still guys, most of the guys understand about that World Cup and make it to the World Cup final. But I just feel like they've lost a step. So the best thing for France to do is to draw on that experience. If they can draw on that experience, like we understand how to win games, we understand how to navigate tournaments, that could be their key thing to say what's up. So if you look at the knockouts now, so a Spain-Germany quarterfinal is a huge possibility. We could have a Germany-Portugal semi, or even we could have a Germany-Portugal semi, a Spain-Portugal semi, and Iberian semi. We could have a Germany-France semi. We could have a Spain-France semi. We could have we could have even a France, So the semi-final could be a heavy hitter right now. But again, don't sleep on Georgia, don't sleep on Denmark, don't sleep on Slovenia, don't sleep on your boys Belgium. Because France and Belgium, bro, I have a scenario where Lukaku dunks on your boy. Spain and Germany, that could be a crazy quarterfinal. Portugal, France, Lukaku versus Mbappe, that could be very interesting as well. But so that's left side of the draw. It's crazy because Spain, Germany, Portugal, France. So basically, if you're France, you've got to beat Belgium. You most likely have to now beat Portugal. They most likely have to beat perhaps a Spain or even a Germany. So if you're Germany, you may have to go through Spain, and you may have to go through either a France or even a Portugal. So it's going to be very difficult for Germany to make that final home soil. We will now look on the right side of the draw. Take a look at Austria. If you judge by how well Austria have played, because I think Austria should beat Turkey. I feel Austria should beat either Romania or the Netherlands, who they've already beaten. So there's a really clear path for Austria to make that semi-final, which would be a great achievement for your boy Ralph. If you are England, come on, bro. Slovakia, then either the Swiss or Italy, then a potential semi against Austria. England, you cannot hope for a better path to the final, because if you're England, based on the individuals you have, the talent you have, you're coming in as favorites, you should be able to beat Romania, Netherlands, Austria, Turkey, Slovakia, Switzerland, Italy. There's no team on that side of the draw that England should not be able to beat. Now, this is just on paper now. In execution, we don't know if they break it. But on paper, England should be able to beat all those teams on the right side of the draw. Because all the teams on the left side of the draw are guys I don't think England can beat. So whether it's a Spain, a Germany, a Portugal, a France, those are guys that I'm not sure England can beat. But on that right side of the draw, England should beat all those teams. They should. But you've got to prove it. But I'm looking at that Italy-Switzerland game. Because I didn't talk about Switzerland. Switzerland are a very strong unit. So if Switzerland come through, are we positive England beats Switzerland? Now, if England improve 100%, if England keep playing the way that they're playing and they bungle their way past Slovakia and they're still playing satanic ball, that's going to be a hard game against the Swiss. Should we sleep on Italy? Because if you're Italy, Switzerland, a potential rematch against England, and potentially an Austria or even like a Netherlands or even a Romania in the semis. So if you're Italy and you're looking to defend your title, you're happy with that side of the draw. So I know Italy, the attack is bad. Individually, they're looking crazy. You have a James Bond villain as your striker. But if you're Italy, you're like, we can make a final. If we trust in our team, trust in our units, we can make a final given this situation here. Because I think Italy will say, if we just rely on our units and our character and our good mentality, we can navigate this. So if Italy, I don't think they'll be afraid of this side of the draw. But I mean, guys, whoever comes out of that right side, do you think they beat the guys on the left side? You see, again, I don't want to give a prediction, but England surely should make that final. So if I was going to also give a bet, it's either going to be England or the winner of Italy-Switzerland. I mean, it's Switzerland in the final. It sounds crazy, but I think whoever wins between Italy or Switzerland or England, I think make the final. I think Austria go as far as the semis. I don't think Austria make the final. No, I don't think they make the final. I think they get as far as maybe the semis. And my prediction is that I think Austria will finish third. So if there's a third place playoff, I think the semis, third place playoff, I think they probably likely finish third. Left side, guys, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm stumped. I have no idea. I have no idea. You know, like Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, Belgium, I have no idea. From what I've seen, I'm looking at a Spain-Portugal semi-final. From what I've seen, in terms of, but that's just what I've seen in the group stage because they could change. So from what I've seen right now, based on how teams are playing, I say a Spain-Portugal semi-final, and I'm thinking an England-Spain final, either an England-Spain final or a Spain-Italy final, you know, or maybe even a Spain-Switzerland one. But yeah, either Spain-Italy or Spain. So I think Spain make the final or Portugal. Like for me, I have no idea. So it is crazy it doesn't make any sense to predict. I'm just doing this just for argument's sake. But if you've watched tournament football, the way you see guys in the groups isn't how they look like in the knockouts. So knockouts football and knockout performances are very different. I've just told you. 2018, France were trash in the groups. Knockouts, they looked freaking amazing. So let's see what Germany look like in the knockouts. Maybe they can raise the game. What if Spain suddenly now decline and go off a cliff in the knockouts? Who knows? Don't sleep on Georgia. For Portugal, do they now start breaking it up? Belgium, who've not been great, what if Belgium beats France and they now get into the knockouts? We just never know. England as well. England could now sort of now hit a new gear and now been playing better in the knockouts. Same thing for the Netherlands. So I don't know, but whatever the case may be, it gets real. So guys, tell me, who do you think makes this Euro final from your point of view? And guys, it gets real.